Thanks for joining us here at noon. I'm Christine Pitawanich. Our top story, First Lady Jill Biden is expected to land at the Air National Guard base at PDX around 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's the first leg of several this weekend for the First Lady. KGW's Blair Best is at the airport with the details.
It's a quick trip for the First Lady. She won't be in Oregon long. After landing around 1 o'clock this afternoon, she'll head into downtown Portland to speak at a political finance event before leaving for California. She's visiting 3 West Coast states this week, and this visit comes just a week before the primary election. The next 2 days she'll spend in California and Arizona speaking at several campaign fundraising events, along with a commencement speech at a community college. And President Joe Biden is also on the West Coast this week with stops in both Washington and California. Blair Best, KGW News.
We'll, of course, have more from Blair later on in our coverage at 4 p.m. You can also watch the First Lady arrive around 1 p.m. because we plan to stream it on KGW.com, KGW Plus, and the KGW YouTube channel. Okay, let's get to some of our other local headlines that we're following. Investigators have identified the man Portland police shot and killed earlier this week. It happened at a home near Southeast 124th Avenue and East Burnside Monday. Police say 45-year-old Richard Perez shot at officers first before they shot and killed him. Detectives were there serving a search warrant in connection to an armed robbery. No one else was hurt, but 2 people inside the home were arrested. The 4 officers involved are on paid leave. And we have new details surrounding last week's arson at a police training facility in Northeast Portland. Yesterday, police, the FBI, and Mayor Ted Wheeler said a group of self-described anarchists known as Rachel Corrie's Ghost Brigade went online to claim responsibility. The fire burned 17 police cars early last Thursday morning. Firefighters put it out and no one was hurt. Investigators are asking anyone with information to reach out to Crime Stoppers. Also, an Oregon congresswoman wants to catapult a state housing assistance program to the national level. Representative Suzanne Bonamici has introduced a bill that models the Project Turnkey program. The federal program would provide $1 billion a year to transform vacant buildings like hotels, offices, and hospitals into affordable housing and emergency shelters. And those are some of your local headlines. Another local headline, look at that blue sky. A beautiful Thursday here in Portland. Rod, I'm loving this weather. And the temps, though, they're going to be ramping up.
They are. We are on track to hit 80 degrees across a good chunk of the area on this Thursday. Here you can see Cannon Beach Live behind me. Now, I want you to notice, as I take you through temperatures, with the overall wind direction from the east, there are some areas reporting a light wind from a different direction. There's Cannon Beach west-northwest, but the prevailing wind flow is from the east. And what that's doing is it's producing very similar temperatures from the coast to inland. So 73, remember that at Cannon Beach. Here's the Oregon Veterans Home camera out in the Dalles. 69, actually warmer out of the coast. And then here's downtown Portland, 71. It's actually warmer out at the coast. How about that? We, as I mentioned, are certainly on track to get up to 80 for the first time this year. These are the other noon temperatures. Gresham, good afternoon to you, 70. Beaverton, 72. We've got 72 in Dallas and McMinnville, 70 in Aurora. Salem, McNary Field has not been reporting their weather site today. I'll leave the forecast high temperature for the Rose City at 83 this afternoon. Again, it will be the first time we have hit 80. 76 for your evening plans at 8 p.m. Tomorrow still looks like we'll be close to 90 degrees, which would be a record high if we make it. And of course, we'll take the forecast into Mother's Day weekend and my full forecast ahead.
Wow. Okay. Lots to report weather-wise. Thank you, Rod. There's a new homeless camping ban in Portland. City Council unanimously passed the ordinance yesterday. Mayor Ted Wheeler has said he believes it'll survive any legal challenges. Under the ordinance, campers are banned from setting up any structures, creating fires, or using gas heaters at campsites, and they're also prohibited from causing environmental damage. Campers must also keep personal belongings within 2 feet of the outside of their tent. Violators can get hit with a fine of up to $100, up to 7 days in jail, or both. The ordinance also allows the district attorney to connect offenders with emergency shelter programs or other services when possible.
This ordinance has been carefully crafted with input from legal experts to ensure its legality and its enforceability.
When it comes to fining people in poverty, all that does is deepen their poverty. $100 fine to the people we serve might as well be $100,000.
So while city leaders say the new camping ban is effective immediately, well, it won't be enforced immediately. That's because police will have to get special training before they can enforce it. The mayor says that'll take a few weeks' time. New at noon, Clackamas County deputies have arrested 2 people accused in a deadly shooting last week. They arrested 26-year-old Dominique Britt yesterday, and on Monday, they arrested Cody Denowith. Both are booked on a second-degree murder charge. It all started last Monday evening when deputies found 25-year-old Nathan Anderson with a gunshot wound near Southeast 90th Avenue and St. Helens Street. Anderson died at the hospital. The case is still under investigation. The Oregon Department of Transportation has allocated millions of dollars and hired a contractor to paint over some problem spots, but taggers decided to hit them again. Daisy Caballero followed a crew trying to clean it all up.
It'd be nice to see it clean again.
Jack Berryman has been cleaning up graffiti in Portland for the last 2 years.
Usually you only need to do one coat of paint for these.
Berryman is with the Portland Graffiti Removal, the company the Oregon Department of Transportation chose to partner with to clean up highways and freeways around the Rose City as part of the $20 million spending bill from Oregon lawmakers.
Everybody in this community knows that this is a problem.
Don Hamilton with ODOT says crews started this work in the middle of April and have since painted over more than 1,100 sites. But unfortunately, taggers have already hit locations they've cleaned up.
We're working very much with police, and police have teams out there to try to bring these taggers to justice.
The same taggers Barrymore encounters occasionally while cleaning up what they consider artwork.
They usually just stare at us, give us dirty looks, and then go away for the most. They don't do a whole bunch. They just tell us don't buff our stuff pretty much.
He also comes across trash, needles, and drugs on top of the tricky locations like this one that he needs to cover up.
If it helps me to get my job done, I'll clean some stuff up sometimes, but I'm not trying to get any like diseases or anything like that.
The $4 million for graffiti cleanup will be good until June of next year. After that, Hamilton says lawmakers may look over adding any additional funds for graffiti cleanup to ODOT's next budget.
Everybody, I think, wants us to make sure that we can do what we can to stop this and to clean up the community.
Daisy Caballero, KGW News.
By the way, ODOT says those big green road signs on the highway are not cheap to replace. They cost about $8,000 a piece. In politics, we are inching closer to the Oregon primary happening in less than 2 weeks. Nearly all registered voters should have received their primary election ballots by this point. The state deadline to get them out is May 10th. Contact your elections office if you still haven't gotten your ballot or if you need a replacement. Election day is May 21st, and you have until 8 p.m. that day to drop off your ballot at any official drop site or elections office in your county.